I'm stood next to a rather gorgeous roof lantern, and I'm here on the Made for Trade stand with Andy. So before we talk about your product launches, can you just tell us a bit about Made for Trade?
So Made for Trade, we're based up in the northeast, in just outside of Stockton. We're the largest manufacturer of aluminium lantern roofs in the country, and we're one of the largest manufacturers of aluminium bifold doors in the country. We deliver all over the UK, and we have capacity to do approximately 600 lanterns a week and 500 doors per week.
Wowzers. So can you show us your two key launches from Fit Show?
So what we're demonstrating over the next 3 days is that we've got the award-winning Cornish lantern. The Cornish lantern was actually debuted here in 2016 and has since gone on to become by far the market leader in aluminium lantern roofs, with probably close to 50% market share. The fitters absolutely love the product. It's easy to fit. It takes literally minutes to erect on stands. I think the record so far is a two-man team erecting a 2.5 metre by 1.5 metre in less than 7 minutes.
Wow.
Fully glazed.
My goodness. So let's go and have a look at the bifold doors, because this is your other key launch. Is that right, Andy?
That is correct. So we're actually launching the bifold door. It was launched in February of this year, but this is the first showing to the trade. So this is a newly developed door. It's been 3.5 years in the development. It's packed with features. I think we're going to show a little bit later the unique patented clip bead, which I believe you're going to have a go at glazing and deglazing. It's also packed with other features, including the trickle vents that go into the head, the integrated Scylla standard, and PAS 24 standard. So it really is a game changer when it comes to aluminium bifold doors.
And people love a bifold, don't they?
And people love a bifold. The market continues to grow. As I say, we're now manufacturing in excess of 400 per week, and we have plenty of capacity to continue that market trend upwards.
Amazing. So let's take a little walk. We're going to walk through the bifolds and through our next lot of glazing, because I am wielding quite an interesting tool. Because I have been developing a new skill, which I'm hoping to showcase to you. And I feel like somebody else is developing this skill. This is called a deglazing tool. Now, can you tell us why this is so useful?
So most, obviously all aluminium doors need to be glazed. The majority of doors are glazed with a wedge gasket, which means that you put the bead in first and then you glaze it with a rubber wedge behind it. This has been developed specifically that it's a clip bead, it's called speed bead, and whereas a standard glazing bead would take approximately 15 minutes per sash, we can actually glaze this in less than 40 seconds per sash, so it saves literally hours on site.
Amazing. Shall I go give it a go?
Yeah, this could be fun. So the patented design allows for the device to go quite uniquely behind the bead itself. So if we just sort of go to here, let me show you, most of the clip beads which are out there have actually got two aluminium upstands, whereas the patented speed bead has one aluminium upstand and a polyamide second stand, which allows us to get the tool that you've just seen demonstrated so well behind the polyamide to give it enough grip to be able to take it out. The reason why that's important, if in a year's time, 2 years' time, you have a broken down sealed unit, you really need to be able to get that bead out without damaging the actual bead. Most beads are taken out by going in externally, which means it would damage the outside of the bead, where, as you've just demonstrated, we go in from the glass side, and as you can see, the bead is still absolutely 100% perfect.
So we'll swap jobs.
You want me to do it?
Yeah, well, I feel like, I'll hold the mic.
It's very, very, very simple, and all you're doing is quite literally putting the bottom edge in there, putting the top edge in, and give it a puff. Oh, excuse me, can I just...
You go ahead.
There we go.
How satisfying.
Oh, very satisfying indeed. So that means we can do the entire the entire sash in less than 40 seconds.
That's amazing.
Whereas, to say, traditionally, it would probably take me 15 minutes to put the wedge gasket on. So it's all pre-gasketed, both front and back. So it's an absolute breeze to glaze. And it's if you go onto any of the forums that are out there, it's what all the fitters are talking about right now.
And Fit Show, how important is it as a date in the diary for you guys?
It's very important. Obviously, this is the launch of the door for ourselves. It's always great to see, our new customers, old customers, and just suppliers, to be fair. It's really important for us as an industry, I feel, to get together. We haven't been allowed to do that for the last 2 years, but even more so because of the door. It is its first outing, and so far it's gone down extremely well. This morning it was absolutely rammed. It was 3 or 4 deep. We couldn't get to people quick enough. It's been very, very good. Extremely important for Made for Trade, and I think for the industry.
And so if you have 3 days like today has been, will you be here next year?
It's obviously difficult to say. I hope I'm here next year. But as a business, I would imagine so, yes. I mean, obviously, it's always better when you're launching a product. But watch your space. There's plenty more to come from Made for Trade.
I'm looking forward to seeing what new skill I can learn next year.
Excellent. You're sold. You're there.
Brilliant. Okay, hopefully we'll see you there. Thank you.
Thank you very much.